The situation in the Gaza Strip is catastrophic. And Israel, of course, has continued with bombing the occupied Palestinian territory. This amidst growing pressure from the United States of America to end the war at the very earliest. On the other hand, the Western governments have been expanding their interactions with the new leadership in Syria as well. And what is interesting is this, that the Israeli military has continued to escalate its offensive on the Gaza Strip. The Palestinian Health Ministry has now said that more than 45,000 Palestinians have been massacred in this relentless campaign of bombardment by the Israelis that has now gone on for over 14 long months. Now, the families of the hostages, on the other hand, are out on the streets again. They are calling for a full deal to release the hostages in the Gaza Strip. The families have called on the United States to help end the hostage situation.
According to reports by physicians and experts, the hostages are in such a crucial state that it is not clear they will be able to survive another winter in captivity. The hostage situation is a global humanitarian issue, and we call upon the free world, led by the President of the United States, to help finally bring this unbearable situation to an end.
The American President-elect Donald Trump has issued a pretty stern warning to Hamas, saying that all hell will break loose if the Iran-backed group does not release the Israeli hostages before he takes office. Now, Trump says that he has had some very good talks with the Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu about the war in Gaza during what he described as a recap call.
On Bibi, we had a very good talk. We discussed what is going to happen, and I'll be very available on January 20th, and we'll see. As you know, I gave warning that if these hostages aren't back home by that date, all hell's going to break out, and very strong.
The report suggests that an Israeli technical team is in Doha to discuss the ceasefire and the hostage deal. And adding on to the hopes of a possible truce, a senior Hamas official based in Doha has said that the negotiations are progressing pretty well. In Syria, the new rulers have stepped up engagement with the countries. The French flag has been raised at the embassy in Damascus for the first time in over a decade. This even as German and French officials are due to meet with the representatives of Syria's new governing body in Damascus, expanding Western contacts with the new administration, after the British diplomats met with its leader, Abu Muhammad al-Julani, late on Monday. Now, HTS, remember, is a proscribed terrorist organization by several Western governments, including the United States and the United Kingdom, although it is sought to moderate its rhetoric and is pledged to protect the country's religious minorities. The EU, interestingly, will be reopening its mission in Syria following talks with its new leadership. The bloc's foreign policy chief, Kaya Kallas, has said and described this as that this is a very important step. Turkey and Qatar, which back the anti-Assad opposition, have reopened the embassies in Damascus. Remember, the US President-elect Donald Trump has said that the US ally Turkey holds the key to what happens in Syria next. He's called the ouster of Bashar al-Assad to be an unfriendly takeover by Turkey as he addressed the conflict in a press conference. Now, WION's correspondent from Israel, Jody Cohen, has sent us this report. Listen in.
President Trump says that there is a light shining over the world and that they are trying to help very strongly in getting the hostages back. Referring to Prime Minister Netanyahu by his nickname Bibi, Trump said they had a very good talk and reiterated that if the hostages being held in Gaza aren't home by inauguration, all hell is going to break out. Netanyahu, meanwhile, met in Jerusalem with Trump's special envoy for hostages, Adam Berler, who is on a private visit to Israel. And at President Biden's final White House Hanukkah party, Biden vowed to keep working to bring every hostage, including the American hostages, home. US State Department spokesperson Matthew Miller said that talks have been productive in recent days, but that gaps remain, but he believes they are bridgeable. And an Israeli working-level delegation is in Doha for further talks. This is Jodie Cohen for WION World as One.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.